Tom Lenz, and Bill Howard. And I have another guest stepping in with me. We won't be able to see him, but Paul #1 Jones, I'm sure he's going to have an opinion on Starrcade 83 also, as we witness the World Tag Team Champions, Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood, the unprecedented 4 times World Tag Team Champions. And that might mean a little bit to you, Paul Jones, because you have a tag team now.
You know, it's kind of hard in here, Weaver, to even hear yourself talk or even think because of the noise. But I want to say this, I was very, very impressed that Harley Race gave Ric Flair the title match, and also that it was placed in North Carolina. Now,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Steamboat's in the ring, a great champion he is. He has some comments we want to bring to you on Starrcade 83 and a Flair for the Gold.
Professional sports is to be a champion, whether it be the Super Bowl at football or the Stanley Cup in hockey or the world's heavyweight champion in professional wrestling. Now, Ric Flair has had the belt 1 time, and Harley Race, you took that away from him. You also put up a $25,000 bounty to try and put him out of professional wrestling, but that didn't work. Just like in Greensboro on Thanksgiving Day, when this man, Ric Flair, is going up against you in a steel cage, you holding the World Championship belt is going to be your last time. I, myself, Rick Steamboat, would love to see Ric Flair as a World Heavyweight Champion once again.
Well, there, fans, we've heard it from Rick Steamboat. He would like to see Ric Flair as a World Heavyweight Champion, and I know Paul Jones would like to see his team, the Assassins, in there against Steamboat and Youngblood.
Well, that's exactly right. But I'm trying to make a point here. Let me say, I saw the film clip where Crockett was out there, and they was awarded him the match, the Starrcade of the Century or whatever. And I tell you one thing, I saw the other promoters clapping their hands, but I tell you, deep down inside, they probably wanted to beat Crockett up because he got the match where he wanted it. Well, let me tell you something right now. That's one match that I am not going to miss. And one thing about Steamboat and Youngblood, they call themselves champions. I have 2 of the greatest champions in the world today, just because they held their mask. They've never lost their mask to anybody longer than anybody has ever held any title, including the world titles that Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood hold today. And I want to say this, I don't think Steamboat and Youngblood have the guts to wrestle my 2 assassins. The assassin #1 has the hardest professional wrestling, and the assassin #2 has the biggest arms in professional wrestling, and you should see him when he puts that bear hug. Their eyeballs bug out.
Well, I have to say that Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood have a lot of guts. They held 4 times the World Tag Team Championship. They've came back. When they lost it, they came back and won it from adversities, from injuries, and they're right back on top, and we will not count out the Briscoe brothers. We cannot write them off, and I think that Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood have a lot of guts for putting that title back up against the Briscoe brothers. I know the Briscoe brothers are going to be angry because of their super egos. They've been world champions, and they've been champions in every division of wrestling since their amateur days all the way up through college and high school. They always attained the championship, and I know they're going to want this back. So Steamboat and Youngblood not only have to look at Mark Lewin and Sullivan, you can't write off the Briscoes, and I'm sure down the line somewhere the Assassins are going to be looked at because they are a team to be reckoned with, that is for sure. They're going to be looked at by the world champions, Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood.
Listen, it's my job to make sure that they're being looked at very, very soon. Can you imagine if they ever wrestled the Assassins 1 time, the Assassins would beat them for the belts, and then the Assassins would not only be the world champions, the longest one they ever held to keep their mask on, but they'd also keep the belts just as long.
Starrcade 83, I can't get that out of my mind. I know that it's a great event brought by the Crockett family to the Carolinas to show the importance of this wrestling and professional wrestling all over the world. I'm sure that on that night, on that wrestling program, that before it happens, there will be a lot more great matches added to the one of Flair and Race. So we'll have to wait and see, but I'm sure that the Crockett family will bring a lot more great matches on that one particular card. In the ring, we watch the world champions, and right now, big Tom Lenz goes after Ricky, misses that elbow. They're not an invincible team. They get in trouble. I know you're a witness, watching their match right now, Paul, I'm sure that you're looking for little loopholes in their offense, little loopholes in their defense.
Yeah, they're just like every other champion I've ran into. They call their shots. Steamboat and Youngblood are no exception. You notice that they're not challenging or accepting matches from the Assassins.
But they are.
Nice.
But they are accepting matches against the Briscoe brothers, giving them their return matches, and you cannot sell them boys short. We will not ever write off the Briscoe brothers. Fantastic maneuver. We could have a winner right here. Jay Youngblood comes up with a victory. He pins Big Tom Lenz in the center of the ring. Gets a victory that all the fans go wild for here. The children, the girls, the young and old love Steamboat, and they love Jay Youngblood. There you see it again. The lateral press. The winners, the World Tag Team Champions, Steamboat.